In the heat of a playoff race, the Blues pick up 2 important victories against Real Monarchs, but now sit 1 point behind the last and final playoff spot. But now the Blues welcome in a new foe, Austin Aztex, who are in their own playoff race themselves. Justin Maes is here with Brad Paul here at Anteater Stadium, where the Blues, coming off a huge 2-1 victory against Real Monarchs, but had some repercussions from that game. 3 suspensions here for this game against Austin Aztex. With the depth of the Blues, do you think it's any cause for worry for them?
Well, Coach Oliver Weiss has really constructed this team in the offseason so that there would be no drop-off on the team, 1 through 18. Any guy can get inserted into the lineup and pick up right where the one prior to him left off. And with the streak that the OC Blues are on right now, 4-game unbeaten streak, it's going to be crucial to try and get all 3 points here tonight against a very tough Austin Aztex team.
Those 3 suspensions are Brenton Griffiths, the starting center back, Pepe Miranda, the starting goalkeeper, and Christopher Ramirez, who has tied for the team lead in goal scores. And now that brings us to the opposing team, Austin Aztex. They're near the bottom of the table, but only sit 6 points behind that last and final playoff spot, but this cannot be a team that the Blues can overlook.
Well, just because they are a brand new expansion team and they don't have a real history behind them, they cannot take the Austin Aztecs lightly in the OC Blues. They have to treat them like a top of the table team like Seattle Sounders 2 or the LA Galaxy 2. They are very dangerous. The road record may not reflect that, but Justin, tonight it is crucial to treat them like you're fighting for the last and final playoff spot here tonight.
Even though they lost their last game against Portland Timbers too, they were on a bit of a winning streak, a 2-game winning streak, which helped them get right back in the playoff race. But now that brings us to our players to watch here for tonight's game. And let's start for the OC Blues. It's that guy who makes his presence known in the midfield.
Yes, Luka Petrovic. He might be small, but he goes up in the air and wins most 50-50 balls, and he is very crucial in starting that attack out of the back, receiving it in the midfield and setting his forwards on the run, and we could pretty much see him distribute the ball to Denzel Slogger streaking down that right side here tonight.
And then for the Austin Aztecs, it's a man with plenty of experience at the next level. Who is that?
Yes, Chris Tierpak. You will be able to notice him out there tonight. He wears a headband. He is tied for the team leading goals with 7 for Austin, and with his experience at the major league level, playing with the now defunct Chivas USA, he will definitely be somebody that is circling the 18, looking to put shots on goal and give Austin a much needed road victory here today.
Not many home games left here for the OC Blues. Only 3 more remaining after this game against Austin Aztecs, so it is going to be a very important game. Let's see if the Blues can get a victory. Join us after this, where Brad Paul and Mark Serber will have the call for you. Welcome back here to the Blues pre-game show. Justin Maes is here with Brad Paul. 2 teams coming in, needing a win here tonight. Even though the Blues are on that 2-game winning streak, it's very important. Why is it so important here tonight to get that victory?
Well, with the remaining games that the OC Blues have here at home and on the road, they're against teams that are in the playoffs already. They're not playing teams that are at the bottom of the table, so every game is crucial for positioning and just to even get into those top 6 teams here in the Western Conference.
It really is a fight. I mean, from all the way from the top to bottom. It's only separated by 5 points in total. Seattle Sounders 2, 36, Tulsa Roughnecks 31. But this is such a huge game, and in the Blues' mind, there might be that nerves. Do you try to go out and try to get that early goal first, or do you just play your game and see how it goes from there?
Well, the Austin Aztecs are a brand new expansion team, so all that they really know about them is what they've seen on video, and sometimes the Austin Aztecs have come out firing, and sometimes they've showed up, with the last 10 minutes of the game. So for the OC Blues, stick with what you know. Here at home, riding high after a 2-game winning streak, but you do have some players missing, so No one should try and go out and be the hero. Just play within the system. That's why you're inserted into the starting lineup here tonight. Oliver Weiss has fielded a great group of guys here, and we've seen all these guys appear at least a few times this season, so nothing new for these guys tonight.
And it would seem like that's a huge game. Like you said, no one needs to play hero tonight, but it seems like it would be a huge game here for Chris Cortez, excuse me. Just because he doesn't have Ramirez, he usually comes off the bench, maybe in place for him, maybe later in the game. He might have to play the whole 90 minutes.
Well, Chris Cortez will have to be careful out there. There's one more yellow card, and he will be suspended for the next match. But Chris Cortez, we already know how well he is in the air. He's the guy that's on goal kicks and free kicks from the goalkeeper to be the target to flick it on to the likes of Chris Santana. So for Chris Cortez, staying fresh out there and not trying to play hero, he'll be able to play that full 90.
And it seems like he always kind of picks it up in these kind of matches. He's made so many good goals for the Blues, and one of the longest, if not the longest tenured Blue here on this roster. So it would mean a lot for him to try to make the playoffs here this year as the Blues try to look forward. But going back to Austin, we talked about how the Blues maybe don't want to push forward. They just want to play their game. That's how they want to play. But for the Aztecs, I mean, they scored the second least amount of goals in the Western Conference. Only 22 goals scored so far this season. Is that where they need to kind of push forward, try to get those extra goals? Because they scored goals against Arizona United.
Well, for Austin Aztecs, the main goal for them is to not let any in the back of their own net by the keeper Perales, the starter here tonight. If they could hang around here and keep it 0-0 into the 75th minute, Austin will have the advantage, even though the Blues here at home. It's more of the Blues that have all the pressure, so if Austin can keep them squared away 0-0 late into this game, I wouldn't be surprised if Austin steals one here.
Because it adds that extra pressure, and the Blues do not want that. But Austin does have a pretty good road record when you speak of teams that are out of the playoffs. 3-6-0 so far this year. That means 3 important away victories, and it seems like here in USL, it's harder to get those away victories for some apparent reason.
It is. The teams are not separated by very many points here. The competition has been great, and this is, with the expansion of the USL, exactly what they wanted.
And that brings us to our national anthem, and we'll be right back after this. We're only mere minutes away from the start of the kickoff between the Austin Aztecs and the Orange County Blues. Let's just go over the starting lineups and what your initial opinions are. And let's start at the back. Billy Thompson, the man who started the first game of the season against Arizona. What do you expect from him here tonight, even though he hasn't started a game in quite a while?
Well, he's been playing really well in practice, Coach V said about Billy Thompson. And whenever something happens to the starting keeper, he has to be ready to come in. And, well, Miranda getting that red card last week, sure enough, Thompson's got to step up here. And he's ready. He knows what it's like you said, starting the first game of the season. So he's excited to help contribute to this team and get to that playoff push.
And one of the best haircuts on the team, the best hair. I think Amani Walker has another thing to say about that. But from left to right in the back line, Suggs, Navarro, Felix, and McCracken. And we've seen Felix and Navarro in that center back pairing. How do you think they fared their last game here at home against Real Monarchs?
Well, they did an excellent job. Felix, going back to more of his traditional defensive position, he's been very integral in helping this OC Blues roster, playing in the midfield, playing in the back, wherever he is needed. He's been a great addition to this OC Blues team.
And then in the midfield, you have Petrovic, Blanco, Crittenden, and Papara. And Papara has really made a splash now that he's been getting some playing time with the Blues. Nearly signed not too long ago, I'd say less than a month ago, when he signed with the team. And already here on the USL Team of the Week after last week's performance.
Well, he had the 2 goals and the game winner, of course, in Real Salt Lake at Rio Tinto Stadium against Real Monarchs. So Papara, he's created chances, 2 assists in 3 other matches, and now 2 goals. He is definitely going to look to continue this hot streak he's on and wants to be on that Team of the Week again.
And then going up towards the 2 forwards, and it seems like we'll have a 2-forward matchup here tonight with Santana and Cortez. Slogger not here in the opening 18, but Christopher Santana, I mean, been a huge part of this team so far. We talked about Chris Cortez needing to have an important game, but it seems Santana always gets overlooked.
Santana does a great job on that left side, sending balls in, beating his man one-on-one, but then the most importantly, he tracks back on defense to help win that ball and get possession going the other way. So look for him on those counterattacks, whether he's receiving it up that left flank or he's the one sending Chris Cortez wide open. Chris Santana will be one to look for tonight, and he'll have those pink-orange looking shoes, number 7.
And then just looking at the bench, you have Cohen, the new goalkeeper, coming in. Ponich, Illich, Kim, Barone, Walker, and Feely on the bench for the OC Blues. Those are the group of guys who are trying to get the 3 points and get a 3-game winning streak going now that the season is starting to wind out. Now just stay tuned. Mark Serber and Brad Paul will have the call for you right now.
Thank you, Justin. Good evening, Brad. How you doing?
How's it going, Mark? Looks like we're in for another beautiful night here in Orange County.
Yeah, we're set for the first ever meeting between the Orange County Blues and the Austin Aztex. The Aztecs will kick off in white, the Blues in blue. As we are underway, the Blues looking to win their 3rd game on the trot. And high pressure right away, forcing the ball all the way back to the keeper. Austin coming in off of a 1-0 loss to the Portland Timbers 2. And they are without Mikey Ambrose tonight, who received a red card in stoppage time. Blues coming off that 2-1 win over Real Monarchs SLC are without Pepe Miranda and Brenton Griffiths, both red carded in a scuffle right at the end of that game as well. No Christopher Ramirez either tonight, as he is suspended with an accumulation of yellow cards. So far, the high pressure paying off for the Blues as they win it. McCracken getting up from his outside back position. Neat little triangle with him, Blanco, and Santana. Santana overlaps. McCracken double teamed, and Austin does a good job to win it back. Long ball looking for Torre. Headed away from the Gambian international, but Austin continue to pour forward. Backward header from Luka, but McCracken's there to rescue the situation. Cuero won the first header. And Torre taking advantage of some hesitation, but it will be a throw for the Orange County Blues.
Well, no shortage of action here to start the match. And normally here at home, the OC Blues are going right to left in the first half, but tonight they have the sun as their advantage, so wouldn't it be a bad idea to test Perales early?
Perales with 3 saves in the loss against Portland. Does have 5 of the 6 team's 6 shutouts on the season. Tied for the 9th best defense in the USL, the Austin Aztex, alongside Oklahoma City.
As we see, Billy Thompson already has 1 touch of the game. That's good. It's been a while since he's seen some action. He got in at the very end of the game last week due to that red card to Miranda, but second start here of the season.
He started the first game of the season, then Miranda took over in the second, and has held that place ever since. Thompson, the LMU man, back in between the posts. And it'll be a good test for the rookie tonight, as this is an Austin team just 7 points out of the playoff spots. But their final 8 games are all against teams above them in the table, Brad.
Well, Thompson will have some familiar friends on his side. His starting right back, the other rookie, Jack McCracken, also out of LMU, the Lions. So these guys will look to communicate all night and help keep the Aztecs out of the back of their own net.
Facchetti gets it back to Perales. Long ball for Torre. Neatly bought down by King. This is Facchetti once again. Austin content to try and pass their way out of traffic. Now they look for the long ball. And good body position by McCracken on King. And he guides it back to his keeper. Oh, and what's he doing there? Yates could take advantage. That's a tremendous tackle from Beto Navarro. And now Santana's off into some space. Well stepped in by Facchetti. Both he and Cruz along that back line pass late fitness test to feature this evening. King has a step on McCracken. Has Tirpek and Torre to find in the box. King able to get to the byline, but runs out of real estate, and it's just going to be a goal kick for Thompson.
Well, we've seen a lot of action already on this near side. McCracken getting forward, so right there he just got caught going a little too high as King had that left flank all to himself, but like you said, ran out of real estate. He needs to get that ball into the mix early.
A warm welcome to everybody listening in tonight on the Orange County Blues YouTube page, and to Elberly's Army and everybody listening in the Texan capital.
Visit DestinationUrban.com for information on the center of Orange County.
Santana, little touch forward. This is the captain, Kritnan. And it was a good idea floating the ball back toward the penalty spot, but nobody was there in a blue jersey. Falls right back to the feet of Kritnan, now trying to curl it to the back post, but it's catching practice for Perales.
And we already see it as we talked about in the pregame. Cortez is going to be the target on all balls in the air, and so far he's flicked on a couple that have led to 2 opportunities early for the OC Blues.
And a great job there by Cortez, tracking all the way back. Has to be careful tonight, Cortez. He's just 1 yellow card away from a suspension. Accumulation of 5 yellow cards means you have to sit out a game. As Blanco wins it back in midfield. Blanco once again. Yates hassling him. The Blues will have a throw on the far side. 5.5 minutes in, Brad. Have the battle lines been drawn? Can you see each team's strategy, or are they still filling each other out?
Looks like the Blues are content with keeping possession as they make these nice little triangle 1-2 touch passes, and that's great because, as we've seen, Kritnan got up along the right side here, and just right there they almost had Papara up on the left side. So the Blues are content with just keeping the possession here, and we've seen most of it in Austin's own third of the field.
Well, you're about a week ahead. That's the Blues' next opponent. But then these 2 teams will meet in Austin on the 22nd. So 1 game for each side, and then it will be deja vu all over again, just this time over in Texas.
Well, it's really tough when you have to play those teams in back-to-backs. We saw tempers were flaring last week between Real Monarchs and the OC Blues. So it's tough scheduling, but it is what it is.
Not the best ball out of the back from Navarro. He's able to make up for it. Not out of the woods yet, though, the Blues, as the ball swung over to the far side. And that ball looking for Terpek. Lovely move from Terpek, walking the tightrope along the top of the 18. Electing to have a go! And that was an excellent shot. I believe it was Cuero, or it was Rocha, rather, who Terpek left it off for.
Well, Terpek did a great job of keeping possession there. He actually favors that left foot, so him going across just over the bar and the outstretched fingers of Billy Thompson. Great power behind that shot by Rocha. However, the Blues escaped that one as just one opportunity, and it was almost 1-0 just like that.
Rocha, the rookie out of Tulsa, still looking for his first goal of the season, and he almost found it. What a goal that would have been. Oh, poor giveaway right to Crittenden. Good save by Perales. Oh, Crittenden usually takes advantage of those, but Perales got down well.
Well, the former SMU Mustang and Carolina Chanticleer going down to his right to deny Crittenden, who tried to place that one in the lower left corner. As you see, a rebound just goes off the Austin Aztecs, and it's going to be the first corner kick of the game.
And it's played low, and Austin are able to get it clear. Little touch out wide. And Rocha was muscled off the ball, but it was too tactile for the referee's liking. Juan Colazo, the man in the middle, giving a free kick to the Austin Aztecs in the 9th minute.
Well, a shot by Rocha on one end, and then Crittenden standing about the penalty spot. Can't get it past Perales. Still 0-0 here, as we've had two really good chances by both teams.
Cruz gets it off to his keeper. Over to Roseboom. And once again, almost getting in trouble trying to pass out of the back, Austin. And they do enough as Cortez will step back in with the midfield line. Now Blanco stepping up. And after seeing what we just saw, Brad, if you're the Blues, do you continue to pressure that back line as they're trying to pass their way out of the back?
Well, prior to the ball falling to Crittenden's feet, there was a little testy moment before that with Cortez chasing in the first minute. So as that high pressure is going to cause some problems and they won't be able to clear their own half of the field, why not? You have that ability to use 5 substitutes. Unlike the MLS, the USL, you get 5. So take that advantage.
Santana with the early ball. Popara floats it back in just over the head of Santana. And Facchetti skies his clearance. Then miscue from Cortez trying to bring it down. Frustration for the former Chivas USA man as it's a throw-in for Austin in the 10th minute.
I like that idea of the early ball by Santana. Papara wasn't able to get to it in the box, but he still was able to keep it alive. So I like that idea by Santana.
Brad, we talked about the fact Popara, USL Team of the Week, 2 goals and 2 assists in the 4 games that he's played. But if you go back to the 1-0 win against Real Monarchs SLC, he didn't get the assist on the goal that Slogger scored, but it was his shot that led to the rebound that Slogger finished. So when you look at it overall, he has played a part in 5 of the last 6 goals for the Orange County Blues. A great signing in the Serbian Popara.
When you're the new guy on the team and you get asked to come in right away, he did exactly that.
Smart ball by McCracken into the channel. Cortez! Good defensive positioning. It was a great layoff from Santana for Cortez. And perhaps Cortez should have looked for the far post there. And Luka's going to get the early yellow card. We talked about the fact that he's a tenacious player and did go over the ball there. But usually this early in the game, you don't see referees go into their pocket, Brad.
Well, officially the 12th minute to Luka. Yellow card. It was a a tough challenge right here, as we see on the replay. He wins the ball.
Attention, please.
Well,
Yellow card
he
caution.
did not win the ball
It's
first,
9-3.
but his
OC Blues
follow-through
number
and the
10, Luka
effort,
Petrovic,
unfortunately,
in the 12th minute of
caught
play.
the Austin Aztex player, who's down on the ground. I can't get a look at the number, but sure enough, Juan Colazo, first yellow card of the game, and Yates was the player that was down for Austin.
Drew Yates, certainly a player that the midfielders really have to be wary of. 8 assists last year for the Charlotte Eagles, tied him for second in the USL. Already has 2 assists this season, the 27-year-old out of Severna Park.
This is the first real break that we've had in the action of the Open here.
And a perfect chance to ask you if you visited the new USLsoccer.com. Get the latest news and live stats, and check out the new social media hub.
Well, you know I check it every week, Mark.
So Perales all the way out of his net to take this goal kick. He's been a member of the Austin Aztex when they were in the PDL since 2012. And in their championship run in 2013, he was a finalist for Goalkeeper of the Year, Perales. Big things expected of the 22-year-old netminder. But for now, it's Austin looking to keep possession. Facchetti. Stabbed away by Santana. Rather played it behind Blanco, and Rosaboom steps in well. And another hard challenge from Luka, but this time he did get the ball first. This one looking for the run of either Torre or Tirpek, and it's Tirpek who knocks it down to Torre. Good communication and combination between the two of them, and then a nice ball out wide. Sets it up nicely for the cross. 3 Austin Aztec players to find in the box, and it's going to be a foul.
Well, Tirpak came in late on that ball in the air, drawing the foul right there. It was Navarro. But Toure and Tirpak, little nice communication between the two of them to get it out wide and get one in the box, leaving that opportunity. Tirpak just late on that challenge.
Thompson playing in just his second game of the season, the rookie out of Loyola Marymount University. Santana riding the challenge of Facchetti, but the ball went out of bounds. So it'll be a throw-in for the Aztecs in the 15th minute. Become a fan on Facebook of the USL for exclusive league news and interactive content. Great crowd on hand here tonight, and the Orange County Coalition is in full voice. As this one's going to go all the way back. Felix will leave it off for his keeper, Thompson. Teammates at LMU. And Felix needs to play that quicker as Torre got in the way. Lucky to see it rebound off of the Gambian and go out just for a throw-in.
Well, LMU is in full force tonight. Thompson in net, McCracken on the right side, and Felix out in the center.
Oh, and it's a smart run from Santana. He's able to take advantage of the touch. Lovely move, create space for himself. And Perales with another big save, keeping the Orange County Blues off the board.
Well, I thought Santana had Cortez open in the box, but he does a nice pirouette to set him up on that right foot. Perales, his second big save of tonight, going low into his right. If I were the Blues, I would stay away from that area.
Second corner kick for the Orange County Blues. And this one curled in, and Perales did well to punch clear. Good high pressure from McCracken. Popara, he likes to have him from distance. And the Aztecs have certainly done their homework. Doing well to step in front of that. Now King leaves it off for Tirpek. And Torre just went a bit too soon.
Well, we've already seen how dangerous Tirpek can be with the ball at his feet, as he dribbled a good 40 yards right there between OC Blues players. Torre just couldn't hold up his run. Tirpek tied for the team lead with Austin Aztex with 7 goals on the campaign. So far we've seen what he could do. OC Blues need to know where he is at all times, as we highlighted him as a player to watch for Austin.
Santana's been so crafty in this game. Crittenden coming back to receive the ball. Suggs making a run down the far side. Instead, it's into Cortez. Muscles his way past one challenge. And trying to keep it in for Suggs. But it's well won by Luka. Tirpek. This time Torres onside. Thompson had a decision to make and no hesitation. Good work from the keeper.
And if you're Thompson, the number one thing you have to do right there is get the ball. That would be very detrimental for the Blues if he were to have to go out early in this one. Did a great job there.
Not sure what Blanco was thinking here. Gives it right to Tirpek. Luka, knowing he has to be careful, didn't step in. And Austin are able to maintain possession. Clipped in, looking for the delayed run of Yates. Torre, looking to turn at the top of the box. Finds some space, Torre. But plays it right into the breadbasket of Billy Thompson.
Well, Thompson tracking his own goal line there as the ball goes to the right side of his box. Sliding on over to be right in front of that one. And great job by Thompson to not allow a rebound.
Miscue from Rosaboom. And he elects to give it back to his keeper. And Perales clears it to safety, but Chris Cortez was on the prowl. And all 3 Blues players would have been offside on that occasion. Cruz. Smart turn from Yates. Oh, and trying to thread it through. Works out for Torre. Yates, he's thinking about having a go. Has a player to his right instead. Plays it across. But the offside flag is up. And it was good defending from McCracken as well.
Well, that ball almost floated over McCracken to King at the back post there, as we see McCracken doing a great job to keep that out. Would have been a goal kick had King been onside, but these Austin Aztecs are really counterattacking fast tonight, Mark.
And they look so dangerous whenever Yates or Tirpak is on the ball. And then with Torre making those runs off of them, the Blues have to be very careful that they don't get stretched.
Another dangerous aspect of the Austin Aztecs is they're mostly a team full of 6-footers. They don't really have small guys when they go up on those 50-50 balls in the box. So for the OC Blues, man marking is going to be crucial on set pieces.
Space to operate here for Rocha. The rookie sprays it out to the far side. Rocha will get it once again. Fachetti's asking for it out wide. Instead it comes to the center back Cruz. Ventures into the offensive half. Lovely ball from Tirpak. And the cross comes in. Oh, and Torre was going for the spectacular, but the Blues defense gets there first.
Felix doing a good job to clear the area right to Crittenden, the captain, who draws the throw in, but as we see, Tirpak has been playing some beautiful balls off his attacking players running off of him and getting back into the box. So Tirpak really impressive here tonight.
Smart header all the way back to Perales. He's going to leave it off for Rosaboom. Joins after 2 seasons in Rochester. And there once again is Petrovic. Very, very hesitant going into that challenge. That's a ball he usually would have won with a plum. Instead, it's the Blues having to work the ball out of their own end. McCracken under a little bit of duress. Santana able to open things up. Polpara tried to leave it on for Cortez, but he didn't make the run across the face of Rosaboom, who stepped in well.
Well, the ideas for the through balls have been there for Austin. They just cannot connect in that final third. So OC Blues going to have to make sure to shore up those lines and not get caught on that through ball.
Gunderson with another buccaneering run forward on that far side. Trying to spin away from Suggs. Good double team, but nobody thought to pick up Tierpek. And it's another decent ball, but this time a little bit too deep. And it goes over everyone and out for a goal kick.
Nike is a proud sponsor of USL.
Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information. While we're talking about Twitter, also follow at USL on Twitter to become a league insider, join club conversations, and have a chance at exclusive giveaways, which I don't think you or I are eligible for.
Well, while we had a moment there, Yates is down again. He was the recipient of that hard challenge from Luka that drew the yellow card early in the 12th minute, and he's down again. I think he's still feeling the knock he received on that one.
You wonder if Paul Dalglish is going to have to go to his bench inside 25 minutes. Oh, now he's up and running. And both teams going over to their benches to get water.
Very nice, cool night here for August in Orange County.
Well, we have the chance. We would like to take a moment and thank our presenting sponsor, Sports One Marketing. Sports One Marketing is a sports and entertainment marketing firm that maximizes the value of its clients by cultivating unique and lucrative business opportunities for corporate brands, elite and legendary athletes and coaches, and our strategic partners.
And sure enough, Yates is coming off for number 10, Giorio. Mozzie Giorio.
26-year-old Canadian, joined from the Minnesota Thunder. That was after 2 seasons playing in League Two in England with Fleetwood Town. So a very impressive resume.
And his college ball member of the San Jacinto Gators.
So big loss for the Aztecs, but when you have a player like Giorio coming off the bench, you're not really dropping in level. It's been Tierpak running the show, though, for the Austin Aztecs so far. As a heavy ball back to Perales, but he dealt with it well.
In the 24-minute of play.
Felix doing just enough to put off Torre. Suggs facing the wrong way. Tierpak dispossesses him, and Suggs had no other option. And the question is Collazo going to go to his book again? The answer is yes.
Coming into the game is number 17, Nikola Illich.
I believe that was a very professional foul right there. I don't know if I would give him the yellow card. Sure enough, Tierpak again causing problems for that OC Blues defense.
Well, the question there, Brad, is I'm sure Coach Oliver Weiss is asking is, did Suggs need to make that foul? Yes, Tierpak had a bit of a path to goal, but there weren't many Aztec players to find in the box. The Blues could have slid over there, but I think, was it just a moment of panic knowing that he had been beaten? Either way, it's a dangerous free kick. Torre gets up, and he misses it, and it comes all the way through to Facchetti. Giorio's first real contribution of the game. Unable to get by the double team as Blanco steps in, and Santana mops up. Great tracking back from Giorio.
Well, we got Billy Thompson that's trying to win best hair out there, but Giorio and Rosebum, they kind of look the same out there. I don't think we got a 3-man race for tonight.
Won by King. Giorio overtakes, was looking for the diagonal run of Torre. King sprays it to the far side, and Gunderson's able to keep it in. Tierpak skips past the double team, walking along the end line, Tierpak, and that's a good sliding challenge. And it's going to end up being a goal kick for the Blues. And you have to get that right, Brad. Otherwise, the referee is pointing to the penalty spot.
Oh, from up here, I thought maybe it was going to be a corner kick with Tierpak going all the way down the byline. It's hard to imagine it went off of him last. But that sliding challenge off Tierpak, and the OC Blues able to get out of danger right there.
Thompson's goal kick in the 27th minute. 0-0 between the Orange County Blues and the Austin Aztecs in the first ever meeting in history between these two clubs. Austin 7 points out of the playoff spot. The Blues just won. They're playing leapfrog with Tulsa, who did their bit on Wednesday night to surpass the Blues into 6th place. Now it's the Blues' turn to see what they can do.
And while we had all the changes going on, Illich has now come onto the field for the captain, DDA Crittenden. So we'll have to see it. Probably an injury right there, but both teams flipping the switch on 2 substitutions within the first 26 minutes of the game.
Cortez trying to catch Perales off his line. Couldn't get the shot to drop. But you can see the wheels turning in his head, Cortez.
Well, Cortez knows he is the point man tonight. It is his job to try and get the Blues up early any way he can. A disappointing news to see the captain going off early with an undisclosed injury.
And so that means Popara will step up into that playmaker's role. And Illich will slot out wide in that narrow diamond that the Blues like to play. Santana likes to get out wide more. Whereas it seems to me that on the far side, Illich will probably stay in the inside channel and allow Suggs to get forward.
Suggs is really good with that left foot on those overlapping runs and can send in some dangerous balls. So we'll have to see if he could hook up with Cortez tonight.
Gunderson. That's another heavy challenge. But this time, just a free kick was signaled by the referee. Gunderson joined from Oklahoma City, but before that, he won the 2013 PDL title with the Austin Aztecs. One back by McCracken. McCracken joining in the attack. Flag stays down. Cortez is onside. Shoots right into the midriff of Perales.
Papara had Cortez on the left or Santana on the right. Cortez with that rocket of a left foot, but Perales seems to have the OC Blues number right now, not letting anything in the back of his net.
Thompson out of the box once again. Gets there just before Torre. And anywhere will do as he smashes it to safety. So we're approaching the half-hour mark here at Anteater Stadium. 0-0 between the Orange County Blues and the Austin Aztecs. And both teams desperately need the points. The Blues to get back into the playoff spots. Austin to begin their ascent up the table. What a first touch from Tierpak. However, it's an even better touch from Suggs on the far side. And he wins the free kick.
Tierpak, the former Chivas USA man. As we know, Chivas USA no longer part of the MLS. Fell subject to a reclassification of the players as there was a draft, and Tierpak finding his way here with Austin has done a great job for them this season.
How would you assess Thompson's performance so far?
He had the one shaky clearance that fell right to the feet of Yates. Other than that, he came out and had to win that ball out of his box. And he had the one shot that he saved and did not allow the rebound. So Thompson doing pretty good right now.
As is this man, Perales?
Perales, 2 huge saves. And another good save on that left-footed shot by Cortez just a minute ago.
There's one thing to say that a shot is right at a keeper, Brad, but a lot of that you have to give credit to the keeper for their positioning. If he's not in position, he has to make another highlight reel save there.
People think just because he saved it easily that maybe the attacking player didn't get a good shot on goal, but like you said, great positioning by Perales.
Well, it's the work done beforehand with Rick Granyard, the goalkeeper coach. Facchetti venturing forward. The two outside backs going at it. McCracken wins the battle, much to the chagrin of the Aztecs players.
Oh, I like the job by McCracken right there, not feeling all the pressure from Facchetti, being nice and collective and working that ball out for a throw in.
Here's Suggs motoring forward on the far side. This is Popara. Dispossessed as he was crowded out by 3 white jerseys. Oh, and a late challenge from Popara. And Oliver Vies asking, where was the foul on Popara before Popara was the guilty party?
The Orange County Blues
Well, I'm surprised that after the yellow cards that have been given out, that Popara didn't go into the book for sliding in from behind.
Yeah, he was a little late, didn't win any of the ball, but just a talking to from Colasso, the center ref.
Good job by Suggs to police Tierpak, but he does win the throne for the Aztecs. Giorio, Tierpak, quick shot. Thompson might still have to deal with the rebound, and the deflection saves him, but it will be a corner kick for the Aztecs, their first of the game.
Well, Thompson striking to his right to make this save, but his defense staying stout in front of him, blocking that up and over.
So it was a juicy rebound, but still good reactions from the rookie out of LMU.
Something midfielders dream of when that ball rolls back to you at the 18.
King with the in-swinger, and the Blues do well to defend their first post. Cuero wants it quickly, but instead it's played inside for Giorio. Luka was able to get it clear. Facchetti will get it back to Roseboom.
You know, these are the types of games, Mark, as an announcer or a fan, where there's no real dull moment in the action. You can't turn your head away. As both these teams have been going back and forth, you might miss a goal. So make sure you keep it right here. We've had quite the action in the first 34 minutes.
Space to turn in the gap. And Torre is offside. Good finish, though. But the offside flag had gone up.
Well, everybody here could see that he was offside, but not Torre. Looking for that opportunity to get on the goal line here. Torre, 3 goals this season.
McCracken, perfectly weighted ball. Santana floats it to the back post. Illich! What a strike!
Is that shades of Tim Cahill in the World Cup right there?
If ever you were going to score your first professional goal, that's the way to do it. The man who came on as a sub for Didier Crittenden has put the Blues in front in the 35th minute.
Let's not take anything away there from Santana, spotting Illich at the back post. Beautiful strike from Nikola Illich, as Perales could not stop this one.
Well, it was going to take something special to beat that man, and Illich came up with it. All started, though, Brad, with that ball from McCracken, perfectly weighted to get by Facchetti, and Santana had time to set up his cross and put it right onto the feet of Illich, but that was very, very tough to do as Torre is offside for the 3rd time tonight.
Well, when you get subbed in for the captain in the first half, you have to make your stamp on this game, and Illich with a beautiful volley, left foot. All Perales could do is pick it out of the back of his own net.
Contender for goal of the month from Nikola Illich, the rookie out of Vanguard University.
I don't want to say I saw that one coming, but I said don't turn your head from the action.
Cortez plays it back into the channel. Popera returns. Popera goes down. The referee uninterested. Luka clips it back in. Now Santana might have wanted to play that first time. Was always going to have trouble bringing that down. And King will leave it off for Gunderson. And at the moment on those long balls, Brad, it seems like it's all about winning that 50-50 battle with Torre or Tierpak, or else from an Orange County Blues perspective, you're in real trouble.
Torre's just going to keep running all night long off those flicks, so one of these times he's hoping to catch that OC Blues defense sleeping, but so far they've done a good job keeping him off sides 3 times tonight.
Gunderson marauding forward again. Giorio is popped up on the far side. Cross comes in, and McCracken wins it before Torre can get there. Santana looking to find Cortez, now elects to keep it short. Thompson's going to have to be careful here. The idea was there, but the distribution wasn't, and it will be a throw in for the Aztecs in the 38th minute.
From what we've seen here from Austin, their style of play doesn't really reflect their record. They do a good job of swinging that ball along the back line to get up the field. So far, they just haven't been able to find the goals this season.
38th minute, and if you're just tuning in, the Orange County Blues have the lead on a rocket from Nikola Illich in the 35th minute after a cross from Chino Santana. I'd like to welcome those of you tuning in from Austin, as well as wherever you may be. Long searching ball looking for Cortez. Has to turn Gunderson. Oh, and the inside track, played back for Cortez. Popara fighting for it. Skips his shot right at Perales, who got down well.
Well, that appeared to be a little bit of a deflection, but Perales again in the right spot at the right time. That could have been huge to be up 2-0 here as we're approaching the end of the first half. Still about 7 minutes in stoppage time, but Perales definitely been the man of the match for these Austin Aztecs.
And it's the work he's doing, as you alluded to, Brad, before these shots that's making the save seem so easy.
Well, don't give me all the credit. That was you that said that, Mark.
There's that flick on once again. This time it's Torre looking for Tierpak. El Giorio's a live wire, isn't he? Kind of has that free roll, is running everywhere to win that ball back.
Great footwork by there.
McCracken reads the game so well. Not out of danger yet, though, the Blues. And Blanco whistled for the foul, even though he felt that Cuero took a dive. Or Rocha, rather.
If you sign up for tonight's race, very safe,
Well,
Super Blue,
we have a free kick in a dangerous position right here. And if you're the OC Blues, you have to look to mark up against guys 6 feet or taller here. So you got 6'1", 6'1", 6'2". Billy Thompson's going to have to do his job in setting up that wall very nicely.
It's surprising that Cortez is in the wall rather than back, making sure not to try and get on the end of a header, as now Rosaboom is coming up from the back as well. However, King can hit him from here. Lex to float it to the far post, headed down in the box. Still might be something on here for Austin. And Cortez able to get it back, and safety first from the Blues. And King felt that went off of the Blues last. Alexander Lutman, the assistant referee on this near side, didn't agree with him, and the Blues will maintain possession in the 42nd minute.
A good ball by Blanco and pressure by Cortez. Escaping that header that was down in their box. Good thing there was not a one-time rebound off of it.
Suggs is in full flight. continues his run and gets it back. Oh, and Santana's all alone. And yet, Cortez probably didn't hear him trying to call him off, as it looked like Santana was going to do his best Illich impression. Blanco. Popara looking to spin. Gets it into the byline for Santana. He puts it back. Cortez! Oh, his first touch let him down.
Well, great job by Santana to get behind the defense, but how about Popara holding that ball up to play Santana? Opportunity missed right there.
It's Torre versus Felix. Headed away by Navarro. Oh, and a good shot flashing wide of Billy Thompson's far post. This is Rocha once again. He's been everywhere, the holding midfielder.
Well, Luka, the tenacious defense right there to keep Rocha from getting a clear shot on goal right there. Luka, always that tenacious defender. He's small in stature, but plays like he's the biggest one out there. As that ball had no chance to go in net on Billy Thompson. Great positioning by him.
Facchetti steps in front of Santana, but Cortez wins it back. Cortez still going, falls kindly for Santana. Blanco. McCracken joins the party. Navarro trying to clip it over Facchetti into the channel for the run of Cortez. And Navarro's going to let this one go all the way out for a throw-in. McCracken will get it back to Felix. Started in that defensive midfield role, but due to the red cards of Griffin, he's back and is more preferred. We'll get back to that in a second. This was a good effort just off target.
Well, Popara trying from 30 yards out to catch Perales. I don't know if he would have maybe kept his head up. Illich had that 1-2 with Popara.
Torre coming back from an offside position.
But
As we're in the final minute of first half regulation, Blues have a 1-0 lead courtesy of a 35th minute goal from Nikola Illich, his first as a professional. And it was an absolute screamer.
Yes, Tim Cahill-esque.
Oh, good flick on. But this time it was Cortez who was offside. And now just waiting to see how much stoppage time there will be. 3 minutes is the call.
Well, we had the goal and a couple of yellow cards and one talking to. But it was mostly the injuries to Yates.
2 substitutions as well. Crittenden going off for the Blues. And Yates, as you said, going off for the Aztecs. Oh, Cortez played that back. Did he have a chance to go forward there, Brad?
It's up for Santana and Blanco to tell him he's got time to churn. Nobody communicated with him, so he just did his best to keep possession, and sure enough, Blanco draws a free kick. Here's where you really wish you had Crittenden out on the field to swing this one in, but Popara, not a bad replacement.
Looks like Santana might hang out in the area as well. Now he's going to leave it off for Popara. Looks like he's going to try and swing this one to the back stick. Oh, and it goes over everyone. And great save from Perales. The Blues still might have something on here. Perales to the rescue once again. And if it weren't for that man, the Blues might have already run away with this one.
Felix denied by a save by Perales, and McCracken swooping in. Perales, we're going to say his name all night here. Unbelievable saves Austin Aztecs. Wow, they really have something special here.
Santana. Illich. And Cortez just a bit too early out of the starting gate. As a reminder that all USL regular season and playoff games are available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today.
I don't know how it's not 3-0, at least 2-0. Perales making his resume strong for save of the week.
And Thompson did well to come out there against Torre. You really have to say that if it weren't for Perales, the Blues could well be an insurmountable lead before halftime.
And it's just a true testament to the work by the OC Blues front office and head coach Oliver Wiese. 3 guys unable to go tonight. Doesn't matter. Anybody steps in and no let off.
Long ball looking for Cortez once again, but Perales is there. And he's going to hold this one. Likes to play it short. Cruz. Facchetti. The former Riverhound gets it back to Cruz. Spent some time in Major League Soccer with both the Seattle Sounders and Real Salt Lake. Facchetti wants this ball on the near side. Instead, Rosenboom elects to go down to the other side with Gunderson, but has played too close to Suggs. However, he gives it right to Tierpak. He's on the warpath, puts it across goal, and good covering at the back post by McCracken. But the Blues on the back foot in stoppage time. Blanco saying that it went off the Aztecs last, and Juan Collazo agrees with him.
Tierpak doesn't have flair, but he has the skills to get by defenders. And if it wasn't for Tierpak, there would not be any chances.
And if it wasn't for Perales, the Blues would be leading by more than 1-0. But at halftime, it's only Nikola Illich's strike that separates the two sides. That coming in the 35th minute off the volley from the cross from Chino Santana. Other than that, Tierpak and Torre have caused a lot of problems for the Orange County Blues, Brad.
Well, Torre is just going to try to keep running off those flicks and try to get to the goalkeeper, Billy Thompson, but 3 offside calls. He's going to have to learn to stagger those run, and just we saw right there at the end, Tierpak, no flair, but has all the skill to get by that OC Blues defense. They might have to change up their strategy there in the back, but the offense seems to be doing everything it can. But Perales, save after save. Austin's lucky to be down only 1.
Well, after 45 minutes, it's the Orange County Blues 1, the Austin Aztecs 0. We're going to step aside, but stay with us as we have another episode of Blues TV, courtesy of Justin Maestas and Darby Brown, coming your way.
My name is Luka Petrovic. I'm from Podgorica, Montenegro, and I'm a central midfielder. Montenegro is a small Mediterranean country, like really small. It's 700,000 people. So I would say it's maybe 5th or 6th smallest country in Europe, after, of course, San Marino, Andorra, Liechtenstein, and all those really small countries. But Montenegro has like a really long history, and we take a lot of pride in it. There's a lot of empires that were crashed, that were leftovers, that stayed in Montenegro. Turkish Empire, Italian empires, even French empires where Napoleon was coming to Montenegro, but Montenegro was never ever conquered in its own history, so I guess that's the maybe reason I'm so tough at the field and all. Playing, like you said, defensive midfielder or central midfielder, you have to be aggressive on every single ball. You have to be strong. You have to not only be strong in duels and like challenges and all, you have to be strong with the passes, with the ball. You have to be aggressive even with your teammates sometimes, just to direct them where they're gonna be, where they're gonna run. It's a tough position, but that's what I love. Since I was 5, since I started playing with the boys outside, when the coach saw me play in front of my building where we have all the fields and all, then he invited me to join his soccer academy, and that's how I started. And from that moment I knew what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. it's a pretty good goal. I love what I started playing for the Serbian Montenegro national team when I was under 13, and I played for their under 15s as well. And when the two countries separated, I played for under 17s and under 19s for Montenegro. You just want to leave everything you have on the field when you play for your national team. Same thing is you go outside when you play for your OC Blues, when you play for the other clubs, you want to leave everything, but just the pride that comes when you play for a national team, that's something special. I was loaned in Agrotikos Asteras, which was the club as well in Thessaloniki, but the second division in Greece. And I played there for 7 months. I played every single game. It was a really great time and a good experience for me in development as a player. And after that I came to PAOK. I was there for another year and a half. And after it I left and moved to Jagodina in Serbia, which is a Premier division as well. That was the time I third Premier division in Europe, so I can say I was already, I can't say experienced player and all, but I had some experience behind me. And that's where the first trophy waited for me back in Serbia, because we were, I think, the 4th club only that ever won a Serbian Cup at the time. After having a really good year in Serbia, I decided to move back home and play my first professional season in Montenegro in FK Pregame Budva. I did every single game there. It was a good thing to go back home and to play one professional season for many reasons. And after Pregame Budva, I decided to move in California, in Orange County, and play for the Blues. And so far, I think it's going well, but we'll see. We set up our goals high. We want to win a championship. That's a clear goal from the beginning. I don't play games to lose them. I play to win them. There's no option in that. So my goals were clear from the moment I stepped in the United States. First of all, it went from my agent, which of course proposed me. There's an option in a really good division in United States, and if I'm interested to come and all. And at the time I was still picking my options in Europe, and I said, okay, why not? They have a different schedule. I had the free time back home, and I decided to give it a try and to go on an open trial pretty much in Orange County. And at the moment I saw the coaching staff, I saw their plans, I saw all they want to achieve in the club, what their goals are and all. I knew I was on the same page as everyone else. I knew we had the same goals, and I would enjoy working with all the coaching staff as well as all the guys in the team. So from the moment I came on the field and all, I just knew it, that I want to stay here and do as much as possible for the club and for myself. Football speaks every single language, so whenever you see the people have the goals, it doesn't matter who you know, if they're on the same page as you are. You just keep pushing yourself and setting the bar higher and higher every single game.
Welcome back here to Anteater Stadium, where the OC Blues hold a 1-0 lead from Nikola Ilic. Man that you did not expect here to be the hero so far here in this game. But he came onto the field with kind of bad circumstances.
Yeah, the captain, Didier Crittenhan, we don't know. An undisclosed injury has to be due to coming out within the first 25 minutes, but Ilic definitely stepped up and made his mark here with an unbelievable strike in the 35th minute. Definitely worthy of a goal of the week, maybe even goal of the month strike.
Yeah, we're talking with one of the, I guess, more scouts for the Blues, and he said if that was in the Premier League that people would be talking about it for weeks. It was such a good strike there by Ilic in the 35th minute. But it's not only that one goal gave the Blues the lead. It seemed like they're playing pretty well, I guess more towards the second part of that first half.
Well, Perales has been coming up huge for the Austin Aztecs. The Blues could be up 3 goals. He's made 7 saves, and some of those saves have been unbelievable. There was one on the corner kick. He was just reaction save on McCracken. It was quite an unbelievable first half by Perales, but if you're the OC Blues, you have to be weary of Chris Tierpak.
Yeah, Tierpak on that right side going after Suggs, and it seems like Suggs kind of having a hard time, not because due to lack of skill, just Tierpak just so good there on that right side. And you talked about his MLS experience. He's a very good player for them, and actually played for the Chivas reserves teams against this Blue team last year, so they kind of have familiarity with him. But one thing I want to talk about, I guess, for the Aztecs defensively is that there's no Ambrose here tonight, usually playing at that left back position, and Fricchetti is the man in charge of that. But it seems like he's having a hard time with the right winger, Santana, here so far.
Yeah, Santana's been able to get by all night long. Fekete did go forward twice trying to create chances, but he needs to stay back and make sure Santana doesn't keep going by him. As we'll see Santana start here on the right. If he can continue his dominance here like he had in the first half, setting up that Nikola Ilic goal.
Looking at the USL schedule and the play right now, Real Monarchs and Tulsa Roughnecks are in a 1-1 tie right now. If the Blues can win tonight, they'll leapfrog Tulsa and have position in that final playoff spot. Mark Serber and Brad Paul with the call.
Thank you, Justin. It's the Blues to get us underway for the second half. So they have the ball in the lead. Not if Rosenbaum has anything to say about it. And Navarro able to mop up on the far side. Right away, though, you see that high pressure from Austin.
Oh, they're definitely trying to change the mark of the game, and it looks like a yellow card is going to be assessed here.
Looks like it's Fekete on the far side. Not really sure what that one was for.
It's the first minute of the second half, and already the third yellow card. We'll wait officially for who that is.
This time it was Popara trying to thread it through. Instead, it's back to Perales. Sensational in the first 45 minutes. And they're finding gaps to play in Austin.
Yellow card caution has been issued by the referee to Austin's number 14, Brian Fekete, in the 46th minute of play.
Austin looking for the equalizer. Tierpak brought it down well. And once again, the Blues do a good job to stay in front of him as the shot skies over. So it's just going to be a goal kick for Billy Thompson.
And Mark, you were right. Officially, yellow card in the 46th minute to Fekete.
As a presenting partner of the Blues.
Have you visited the new USLsoccer.com? Get the latest news and live stats and check out the new social media hub. Thompson with a booming goal kick. Cortez was able to get a touch. Couldn't play it through, though, for the run of Popera. Fekete. A good job by the Blues not to allow that ball through. However, there are pockets in between the midfield and the defense, which Austin are living in at the moment, and that's very dangerous. They just need that final ball once they get it into those spaces. As Rosaboom will regroup for the Austin Aztecs in the 48th minute. Mark Serbo alongside Brad Paul on the Orange County Blues YouTube page. Hope you're enjoying our coverage. As the Blues hoping to win tonight and that the Roughnecks drop points in their match. Cortez looking to take care of business for the Blues. The offside flag stayed down. How is that not 2-0?
Cortez did a great job cutting inside, and Paparo almost found himself the recipient of a rebound. Chance goes away as Paparo just couldn't get enough behind that one.
The Aztecs 3-6 on the road this season. The Blues looking for their 7th win at home. Coming tonight 6-3-1 here at Anteater Stadium. With 8 games left, every point is crucial. But Cortez came back from an offside position on this occasion.
Good call there.
Tierpek. He's really been a nuisance for this Blues back line. This time, his pass goes astray. Suggs elects to keep it in bounds. And now Tierpek chasing.
Well, Tierpek doesn't do it with flash, but he has that skill to get by guys.
Oh, that's a brilliant ball, but it's well stepped in. Navarro got the job done, and Felix was there to clear. And now Cortez, a little bit isolated up top. Now Popara joins him. Popara joining from the Serbian Superliga. Torre turns with space. A bit of a heavy touch. The Blues able to take advantage. Illich, the goal scorer. Luka, not a bad idea trying to thread it through, but nobody was far enough forward to get on the end of that.
Almost a giveaway by the Blues. Stepped in beautifully by Navarro, but so far, Austin Aztecs have been the one controlling the possession, except for that chance by Blanco.
Tremendous sliding tackle from Cuero. This time it will be obstruction against Cuero, though.
Destination Irvine, your official resource for where to stay.
It'll be a free kick for the Blues.
Eat in Irvine.
It's the referee calling for a ball.
Information on the center of Orange County.
51st minute, and the Blues looking for some insurance. You talked about the height of this Austin Aztecs squad, so you wonder whether or not, even though it's from a bit of distance, either Santana or Popara is going to go for goal here. Instead, it's floated in. Cortez was arriving, and Rosaboom did just enough. So it'll be another set piece, this time from the corner flag for the Orange County Blues in the 52nd minute. Become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content. As Popara in his usual spot over the dead ball in the absence of Didier Crittenden. Captain going off early in the first half due to injury. To the back post, free header. Unable to direct it goalward. But where was the marking there from the Aztecs?
Kraken able to find himself getting an opportunity, looking to get on the score sheet. Would have been McCracken's first of the season. Just wide.
Gio. Long ball is looking for the run of Gunderson. Gets forward out. Every opportunity, the outside right back Gunderson.
So they're just picking their spots well. It's not that they're beating Suggs here on the left side. It's just that whenever Suggs pushes forward, they attack it. So it's a good vision by the Austin Aztecs to see when Suggs is up, you have space on that left side.
Do you like that Suggs is still attacking, or would you like to see him stay at home more?
With the chances that the OC Blues have been getting, you have to get that one extra goal to give yourself a 2-goal cushion. And so far, Felix and Navarro have been pretty stout on that back line, keeping Torre in check. So go for it. Seems to be working, creating chances. One definitely will fall and eventually get past Perales.
Navarro steps in. Just look at how quickly the Austin Aztecs close down. However, it might fall kindly for Illich here. Illich plays it out wide for Popara. Perales comes out. And Perales did just enough. Suggs! Crucial intervention. Still going Popara. And a great job tracking back there. Still might be something on here for the Blues. Illich getting to the end line, but has it stabbed away, and it'll be a throw for the Blues.
Well, Illich being unselfish right there. Maybe should have gone for his second of the game and second of the season. Not a bad job, but Popara dispossessed by Perales coming off his line. As we're going to get second substitution for Austin, as it's going to be Toure coming off. And coming in for Toure is going to be Trevin Cesar.
Cesar, the TNT International, enters the game. Had a brace in the 4-1 win against Arizona. Oh, and why didn't Blanco decide to have a go there? Santana quickly crowded out. And Facchetti gets there first, but at the expense of a throw-in. So one former San Antonio Scorpion for another.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Substitution for Austin Aztex in the 55th.
And now you have both players out on the field with 7 goals for the Austin Aztecs. So plenty of firepower between Tierpek and Cesar. And here's his first touch. And he wins the free kick. Good hold-up play from the Burley striker.
And you have to think Douglas is just tired of Toure getting offsides call after offsides call after offsides call. So bringing in Cesar off the bench, looking to equalize here, as we still have ourselves quite the game, as Perales able to keep Austin Aztecs in this one.
Facchetti plays it in. Might fall for Tierpek. Cleared away just in time. Cortez thought he had done enough for Popara. Instead, it's sprayed to this near side, looking for the run of Cesar. And instead, it will go out of bounds. Well, we mentioned it at the top of the broadcast. Things not only tight around the last playoff spot, but also at the top, where just 3 points separates the top 5 teams. The assistant referee, Omar Murrow, on the far side, waiting for Cortez to touch that ball before bringing his flag up. And a huge top-of-the-table clash tonight in the Western Conference between the Sacramento Republic and the Switchbacks FC. But it's all about the Orange County Blues and the Austin Aztecs here. Both teams fighting to get into the playoffs. As 1-0 in favor of the home side, courtesy of a 35th minute strike from Nikola Illich, his first as a professional. And what a goal it was. That looked to be a handball on Rosaboom. The play goes on, and Gunderson will get it back to his keeper. Cortez is chasing. And Thompson has to come way out of his line. Goodness me.
sends that one to the night sky here in Orange County. I think I saw a plane, or was that the ball? I don't know.
Well, Brad and I, doesn't really take much to impress us, but that was pretty sweet boot off the foot of Billy Thompson.
So nonchalant. That was really the reason why. Effortless.
Another great first touch from Tirpak. Looking to release Gunderson. Illich. Well, referee deemed that he did enough and that it was clean as well, so it's going to be a goal kick for Thompson. If you noticed that he's taken all of his goal kicks on that far side.
Him and Cortez have worked something out here, as Cortez is always the target on goal kicks, but this one given right back to Austin. And that through ball not able to find Tirpak.
Protest for a foul, and Cesar fall on deaf ears. And that's another beautifully weighted ball, but this time Santana touched it inside of Facchetti rather than around him. Giorgio steps in.
You almost hate it when the offense is so good and catches the defense off guard, but can't do anything about it.
Popara. What a late addition he's been for the Blues. He's had a hand in 5 of the Blues' last 6 goals. I'll make that 5 of 7 with Illich's tonight. Felix skies to win the header. And it looks like the Aztecs are preparing another substitution. So it'll be the 3rd of the night for Paul Dalglish.
As it's going to be King coming out. His night is done.
And King looked dangerous when he combined with Tirpak.
And now in is Roman Gall.
Gall, the 20-year-old, on loan from the Columbus Crew, already has an assist as he's making his 5th appearance. But it's the man wearing the captain's armband with the ball. Rosaboom. Perales. And if it weren't for Illich's strike, I would say that Perales is the man of the match so far, as we've played just over an hour here at Anteater Stadium. And it was always going to take something special to be Perales. And Illich came up with the goods in the 35th minute, taking Santana's cross out of the air with a first-time volley. Sublime strike to beat Perales. You know, Cortez, Brad, has been kind of isolated tonight playing as that lone striker. You have to do so much work when you're that lone striker, trying to not only hold up the ball, but also to come back and help chase as well. So how much longer do you expect him to be on the field, and who do you think will come in for him when the time does come if he doesn't go the full 90?
Well, if you want to keep that speed up top to keep applying pressure, I would say expect about the 75th minute to see Feely. Feely looked really good in training earlier today, and I wouldn't be surprised if he gets the opportunity. But as we see here, Cortez trying to put that one in the box for Illich. I wouldn't be surprised also if Wiese decides to go with height and put Amani Walker up top, but I think the way the pace of this game is, Feely would be the ideal choice.
Especially when you need somebody to not invite the Aztecs to pass the ball out of the back, as we have a clash behind the play. And now that Juan Colazo calling another player over, he's not even aware that there's a player down injured.
Well, we get this sorted out.
And now he's called the trainer on. So there's a look at the replay. And it looks like Cuero perhaps took a shot to the head. So you hope that Cuero's all right. The Austin native just celebrated his 26th birthday yesterday.
And while we're looking at Cuero down, Colasso, the center ref, has just issued a yellow card. I believe it went to Cruz, the defender, but we'll have to see officially, as we've already had Fedeke booked in the 46th minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Yellow card caution has been issued by the referee to Austin's number 16, Tony Rocha, in the 63rd
Well, it's
minute
Rocha
of
who's
play.
going into the book. The good news is that it looks like Cuero's going to be okay. Blues players are checking in on him. Tierpek and Rosaboom having a word with the referee.
Complete sports performance.
So this match pretty much even, 2 yellow cards apiece. 3-1 corner kick advantage for the OC Blues. 1-0 on the scoreline. But the saves, 7, have been officially recorded by Perales.
Perales now with 44 saves on the season.
Your attention please. Francisca Martinez. Francisca Martinez. Please come up to the sound booth.
Follow at
Francisca
USL on
Martinez.
Twitter to become a league
Please come
insider,
up to the
join
sound
club
booth.
conversations, and have a chance at exclusive giveaways.
Well, this one will surely tack on some stoppage time at the end of the match.
So Cuero has to come out. The question is, will he come right back on?
Nike is a proud sponsor of
Looks like he might have a little bit of a
Follow
nosebleed.
Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information.
Skipped in. Blues trying to play quickly. Bought down by Cesar. Had a good career in the Trinidad and Tobago Pro League before coming over to the U.S. That's a good tackle, but it's going to be a corner kick for the Blues in the 65th minute. Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information. The good news is that Cuero's back onto the field. The Blues playing it short. Popara trying to step into the gap, but Austin wise to that. And here comes the Texas side. Well defended. Cortez, the only player to find forward. Illich joins the attack. Suggs couldn't get the ball through as Gunderson read it well. And a great job by Illich, who ran back into Suggs' position, taking care of the most dangerous man. Now Illich will step back up now that Suggs is back, and he's going to have to deal with the run of Cesar. Giorio steps inside of his opposite number. Luka does just enough to put him off, but Giorio able to poke it out wide. Space at the top of the box, quick shot, curling just wide of Thompson's far post.
Rocha getting off that left-footed shot again, trying to curl that into the upper 90. Had to do a quick snapshot right there. But back on that offensive attack, you would have loved to see Illich hold it up just a little bit. He had space. I mean, he had the right pass in trying to find Suggs, but he had a little bit more room to dribble and maybe could have taken one from distance.
67th minute, and it's Nikola Illich's 35th minute goal, the only thing separating the two sides. Illich looking for more here. The Blues looking to get back into the playoff spots. The Aztecs looking to get within touching distance of the playoff spots. Next up for the Aztecs, face another California side, but they'll be at home against LA Galaxy too. And then they will face off against these same Orange County Blues on August 22nd. And a reminder that all USL regular season and playoff games are available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Connect with your YouTube channel today. And connect with the USL YouTube channel, the Austin Aztex YouTube channel, which has some amazing content on it, and of course the Orange County Blues YouTube channel. Jake Shorts, Darby Brown, and Justin Maestas do a great job with the Orange County Blues YouTube channel, and of course Blues TV. Popara putting Perales under some duress. It allows Blanco to win the ball back in midfield. Oh, and Blanco took one right to the ankle. And there, where it looks like it might have come in with studs, that's where you'd expect to see a card. It's been interesting to see what referee Juan Colasso has deemed yellow cards and is deemed not worthy of reaching into his pocket tonight for both sides.
Well, that was almost identical to the yellow card assessed to Luka in the 12th minute. Sure enough, free kick. And if the OC Blues could capitalize it, they're not going to care whether it was a card or not.
Blues trying to chisel their way down the far flank. And McCracken unable to win the goal kick. Well, actually, it's going to be a throw-in.
Thought he earned that corner, but they'll try it again.
And this time it will be a throw-in for the Aztecs. The Aztecs will let this one go all the way through to their keeper. Well stepped in. And the Aztecs are on the charge. Tierpek, flag stays down, but Thompson's out off his line. '70th minute, Blues leading 1-0 courtesy of Nikola Illich's candidate for goal of the week, if not goal of the month.
Don't see strikes like that every day.
Santana can create off the dribble just as he can, playing balls through. Oh, and Suggs got megged. He'll do 10 push-ups later, but he did well to recover. Blanco, almost like he had too much time to pick out his pass, as Felix will get it over to Navarro on the far side. Played through Santana, good delayed run. Just a bit too much mustard on that one as it skips through for Perales.
Well, prior to that long ball, Mark, I've loved the vision from the OC Blues midfield, finding those little pockets and receiving that ball in the middle and sending it back out wide for the crosses. They've been doing an excellent job of keeping their head up here tonight.
Not sure what Luka was going for there. So it'll be a goal kick for Perales. And 22-year-old plays it off quickly. As Roseboom, as Dalglish likes his side to play it out of the back, starting with their center backs, as most teams do in the modern game. However, with points at a premium, he's switched up his team's philosophy a bit to be a bit more aggressive going forward. They're going to have to do some defensive work here.
The problem with Austin, when they give up the ball, it's in their own half, Mark. If they're going to lose possession, they need to get that ball across midfield as to not get caught on a quick counterattack.
The Blues establishing a real period of possession here. And a chance here. Roseboom doing just enough, getting his foot in. It's a vital block as Cortez was trying to caress it into the far corner. And now Roseboom to rekindle the attack for the Austin Aztecs in the 72nd minute. Well, a heavy challenge on McCracken. And yet he wins the free kick. Am I missing something, Brad?
Pretty sure it's the same game we're all watching here. Yep.
Oh, Illich almost worked out for him if he could have found Cortez. Cortez still doing a great job chasing.
Well, we can let that one slide right now because Illich is the hero of the match as it stands. 73rd minute.
Great high pressure from the Blues. And a good job by the Aztecs to play out of it. Oh, silky run. And now space on the far side for Cesar. Still going Cesar. Bundled over, and this time he gets the benefit of the referee's whistle. And a yellow card. And it's the second yellow card for Luka, and he is off. And Luka can't believe it. I saw him go flying at the referee the minute he came over. And that means that he won't only miss the remainder of this match, but he's going to be gone for the match against Arizona United.
Well, we saw Colasso go streaking towards Luka right there. He knew he had given Luka a yellow card earlier in this match. And just like that, OC Blues down to 10 men with about 20 minutes including stoppage time to play.
Well, the task of preserving the shutout has just become exponentially harder for the Blues, especially without their shield in front of the back four. And a very cynical smile on the face of Beto Navarro. Or rather, Chino Santana. Can't believe that the yellow card was given. Well, Brad, this is where you find out what teams are made of.
Well, it's going to be interesting now what Coach Oliver Wies does, being down a man. It's the third man in 2 games to see a red card for the OC Blues.
Giorio over the free kick. Looking for the near post, but the wall had firm foundations. And now, Brad, are the Blues going to try and go forward at all, or are they going to park the bus for the final 15 minutes plus change?
You have to not necessarily park the bus, but be careful about going forward from here on out. It's not like Austin Aztex have all of a sudden just gotten back in this game with a man advantage. They've been in it since 0-0 on that clock. So now you just have to be smart. Suggs may not push as far forward as he has been. But you can expect to see Cortez be taken out sometime in this game to get fresh legs up top.
As we talked about earlier, where Feely has a bit more of the movement, now you would think that the better option up top might be Walker because of his ability to hold up the ball and kill time off the clock, as well as bring the players forward. But Scissors on here. Thompson did just enough to put him off.
Cesar upset with himself, knowing he had Thompson beat. But Thompson did everything he could with his giant 6'6" frame. Tough to get anything past Billy Thompson on a breakaway opportunity like that. But I would also expect to see some substitutions in the middle of the field to try to shore up that defensive midfield, as Coach Wies already has someone up here on the bench.
Push forward, looking for the run of Cesar. The Blues back line doing just enough. And now witnessing the space are the Aztecs, able to work the ball in deep. Headed right back to Cuero, try to touch it forward for Cesar. Good shielding. Cuero once again. Giorio, little touch out wide. Facchetti. Giorio. All 10 outfield players in the offensive half for the Austin Aztecs in the 78th minute. And now the Blues getting ready to make a second substitution.
As it's going to be Chino Santana, the second OC Blues player to come off tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Substitution for OC Blues in the 70th minute of play. Leaving the game is number 7, Christopher Chino Santana.
As Santana did his part.
Number 19, Jacob Barone.
And Barone, a more defensive-minded midfielder, will come in. Barone, one of those players with a tremendous work rate, will always be a nuisance no matter who has the ball, no matter where it is on the field. So Barone, a good defensive substitution from Oliver Wies. But Santana floated that ball in beautifully for Illich to smash home in the 35th minute. So he's made his contribution. And now it's up to Barone to help kill off this match as the offside flag stays down. And that's a heavy challenge. And Wies is beside himself all the way at the edge of his technical area. Out of his technical area. And I think the Blues players are asking, how's that not a red?
Well, Tierpak is not known to be a dirty player. I think he was just trying to get the ball back. As we see 4 Blues players around him, that's his touch got a little heavy. But the fact that it's your new substitute, Jacob Barone, that would be very detrimental to have a player just subbed on get hurt.
Mr. Barone, welcome to the game. That's exactly where we see those players get in that type of trouble. It's when they make that heavy touch and then they lunge further for it. And it's nothing malicious. They're just a little too over-exuberant going for the ball. But, of course, the minute you make that touch and you lose that ball, your first instinct is to get it back. And that's usually where we see those players run into trouble. The good news is, from the Austin perspective, that Tierpak didn't go into the referee's book. And from the Blues perspective, that Barone got up right away.
And you saw Tierpak, great professionalism right there to make sure Barone was okay.
Thompson, though, giving the ball right back to the Austin Aztecs. As we're heading into the final 10 minutes of regulation, the Blues have the 1-0 lead, but they're down to 10 men after the red card to Luka, showing his second yellow in the 74th minute. Good job from Illich to put Gunderson off. Austin really pressing now. Throw-in's going to go to Cortez. His job is to keep the ball and hold off Rosaboom. However, he's dispossessed by Giorio. Facchetti will go all the way back with it to Cruz. Rosaboom.
As we've seen, Austin was playing possession like this on their own third. Now they've kind of scooted it up to the midline.
Well stepped in from Facchetti. And now what color is this card going to be? Oh, the yellow card is out for Cortez.
And if it officially goes to Cortez here, he will have a yellow card accumulation, and he is out for the next match.
So Cortez will not be making the trip to Arizona. Facchetti able to get up under his own power.
You have a number of OC Blues that will be out for the next match. Luka, Chris Cortez, and Brenton Griffiths not able to play in Arizona.
I believe as well, Miranda's suspension is 2 games.
If Miranda's is 2, that's 4 players.
These are 2 teams whose depth is and will be tested. As the header goes harmlessly wide of Thompson's goal. Coming into tonight, The Austin Aztecs were already without Travis Golden and Greg Malamba, who were missing through injury. Cruz and Fichetti had to pass late fitness tests in order to feature tonight as well. And they're without Ambrose too, but Ambrose will be back for the match against the LA Galaxy too.
And if you're Oliver Weiss, you have to make a substitution for Chris Cortez. Not that he's going to go out there and try to garner another second yellow card, but just for precautionary reasons, put some fresh feet up at the top to create some pressure and to save him from potentially another yellow card.
Tierpak. Pushed out wide. And then Austin still had the advantage. I'm surprised the referee blew his whistle. There was another chance to swing that one back into the mix. Instead, they'll get to do it from the set piece. It's a little bit easier, though, when the ball is coming in from the side rather than straight on.
Head down to the Blues merchandise booth to claim your prize.
So Thompson going with just a one-man wall in Popara. Cortez is back on the defensive end, and he gets the job done. Bit ambitious from Fichetti. Still might work out here, though. Giorio weaving his way through traffic. Still going Giorio! Thompson got down well.
Well, Giorio got a lot behind that shot. Just hit it right into the center of the goal where Thompson was standing. As we see, sheds off two defenders, but Thompson not allowing that rebound. Good job to keep this at 1-goal lead.
Cortez spins past the first defender. Can't get by the second. It's Fichetti who heads it back to his keeper, Perales, who's really become a spectator ever since Luka was given his marching orders. And it's because of Perales and his saves in the first half that the Blues are clinging on by a thread to this 1-0 lead rather than just seeing out the game, even though they're down to 10 men. But Cortez is onside. Cortez looks up, picking out the far post. Good reactions from Perales.
Another save from Perales.
Blanco. That's a heavy challenge from Gunderson, but a fair one. And it will be a goal kick for Perales. And the old commentator's jinx, Brad. Right as I said that he's a spectator, he was called into action, but he did well against Cortez.
And not to take anything away from Billy Thompson, he's made some great saves tonight. It's just not as frequent as Perales. As we saw right there, you called it. Cortez tried to get that back post, just couldn't get it far enough.
Cesar, Giorio picks out Tierpak. Still going Tierpak. Vital touch from Felix. But the offside flag was up. Orange County Blues would like to take a moment to thank our presenting sponsor, Sports One Marketing. Sports One Marketing is a sports and entertainment marketing firm that maximizes the value of its clients by cultivating unique and lucrative business opportunities for corporate brands, elite and legendary athletes and coaches, and our strategic partners. Is Thompson getting ready to take this goal kick? 4 minutes plus stoppage time. What would your guess be, Brad, as to how much stoppage time there is?
4 minutes. Because if we have 5 here, we might get some unruly people.
702 fans. Blues FC and USL, thank you for all your support.
So Thompson will use that thunderous right foot. And he finds Cortez on the far side. Popara has joined Cortez. And Barone mops up in the middle. Popara once again. Off of him last, and it'll be a throw in for the Aztecs. Approaching the 87th minute, the Aztecs looking for the equalizer. They have a man advantage. Long searching ball. Oh, and some real trouble here. Thompson scrambling to get back. And in the end, it will roll over the end line for a corner kick. Thompson, I thought he did call keeper there.
Definite miscommunication. Navarro tried to chest that back for Thompson to pick up, but lucky that one was wide of the net.
And they still have a corner kick to deal with, and it's a good ball in. Cesar cries for a handball, fall on deaf ears. And now a foul, and the Blues will get a get-out-of-jail-free card. And he'll be surrounded by the referee.
So it appears Papara is the OC Blues player down.
Well, here come the Austin players to protest. And Billy Thompson calling for the trainer right away.
This might tack on some more minutes here, Mark, as we see Papara just kind of swing and miss and get his foot caught under him.
That's exactly what he's getting checked out. Now the Blues hit the road for 2 games after this, as they will face Arizona United on the 15th, and then these Austin Aztecs in Austin on the 22nd. And then Brad and I will be right back here with you on August 29th as the Blues will face off against the Portland Timbers too. And what a match that will be, Brad. Especially with both teams still trying to make their way into the playoffs.
This one all from over with the amount of stoppage time that will be put on, plus the man advantage for Austin Aztecs here due to the double yellow card to Luka. First in the 12th minute, then in the 74th. Draws center ref Juan Colasso to pull out that red card, but Luka not so sure if that was a yellow card in that 74th minute.
And once again, we talk about it. The Blues for that game at Arizona United will be without Pepe Miranda, although Thompson has deputized very well tonight. They'll be without Griffiths. Now they're going to be without Luka, and they'll be without Cortez. So a chance for some Blues players who usually don't get a lot of playing time to really step up and show that they belong.
But with Christopher Ramirez being out tonight due to yellow card accumulation, he will be able to suit back up for Arizona United. So a look for that switch up at that lone striker position with Cortez and Ramirez switching spots.
So we've hit the 90th minute mark. Just waiting for the official announcement on stoppage time.
And it's going to be 5 minutes from our 4th official, and Papara is back on, so that is a good sign.
The 4th referee has announced that a minimum of 5 minutes of stoppage
And
time
a chance
will be
here for the
added
Blues
in
to
the
kill a
second
little
half.
clock if Cortez can keep this ball, and he's done it well. And the Blues were trying to go to the corner, but the Aztecs were wise to it, and they win the throw-in.
And I am surprised that Coach Wies has not made a substitution yet. He has in his back pocket at his disposal, but here's
And Cesar getting through. Plays it in. Tierpek. Huge block. And now is the referee. What has he done? He's pointed to the spot.
Is that a handball?
It's going to be a handball in stoppage time. And Suggs is saying it hit his shoulder. Ficchetti's probably saying if it's a handball, it's a denial of a goal-scoring opportunity. It's got to be a red card. That replay didn't get it. Cesar was calling for it. And now the Aztecs with their first penalty of the season. And it's going to be Cuero to take.
But did Cesar deny Billy Thompson from going after that ball? Could that have been a foul on him?
Either way, the referee deemed it a fair challenge, and he played it back for Tierpek. And Tierpek's shot was denied, and the referee's saying handball. And if it's a handball, it's got to be a red card. So interesting from Colasso here. There weren't too many complaints from the Blues, though, I must say. Suggs was saying it hit off the shoulder. Either way, it's Cuero to see if he can steal a point right at the death for the Austin Aztecs.
And even after this, they will still have a man advantage.
And remember, Thompson playing just his second game of the season, now staring Cuero down the barrel.
Thompson trying to delay here, but it looks like the fourth official has also come over to speak with center ref Juan Colazo. And now Coach Vies making his way into that conversation.
And Coach Vies being told to go back into his technical area. Vies probably feels that there should have been a foul on Cesar, but it was a 50-50 challenge as he went in for it with Thompson. And Thompson's done well tonight to come off his line with no hesitation. Unlucky this time. Cuero to take 2 points away from the Blues. Thompson saves it! And the rebound as well! They're still fighting for it. Thompson, the hero. It's going to go out for a corner kick. Still defending to do for the Blues. But the crowd erupts at Anteater Stadium as Thompson not only saved it, but he did a great job to make sure that Cuero couldn't score the rebound.
Well, that has to put some pep in the OC Blues defense right here as Cesar takes the shot again, deflected for another corner kick. But you gotta love when you see the whole OC Blues team on the field crowd around Billy Thompson to say, thank you for saving us.
Doesn't beat Barone at the near post, the corner. And now the Blues to get it downfield. Referee looks at his watch. And Austin pouring forward in wave after wave of attack against the 10-men Blues, holding on to this 1-0 lead.
You have to think another minute will be added on.
Oh, and a mistouch here. Thompson with another huge save. Great reactions from Billy Thompson. It doesn't look like this just the second game he's played this season, does it?
I don't know who's man of the match anymore. I mean, Illich is the game winner. Perales has done a great job, even though he's on the losing side at the moment. But Billy Thompson with the penalty save and this one on the miss hit. Oh, man.
Can you give him a shot on goal there, too? And that will do it. The Orange County Blues hang on for the 1-0 victory. And the players sprint to celebrate with their keeper, who saved a penalty in stoppage time.
Orange County Blues FC.
Nikola Illich scoring with a sublime volley in the 35th minute. And even though the Blues went down to 10 men in the 74th minute after Luka received his second yellow card, Thompson was called into action in stoppage time, saving a penalty from Cuero. And the Blues are able to hang on for a crucial 3 points that keeps them in the playoff race. Well, that's going to do it for me, Mark Serbert, but there's still plenty to come as we will have the post-game show with Justin Maestas and Brad Paul and Darby Brown on the field doing interviews. It finishes the Orange County Blues 1, the Austin Aztecs 0, but stay with us.
What a game by Billy Thompson. Coming up huge here in tonight's match here. You saw all the joy on his face, all his teammates surround him, everyone getting a high five after that red card. First off, Brad, what do you think of those saves in the final minutes?
Billy Thompson stepping up, opponent his counterpart on the other side, Perales. It's just been save after save after save here tonight, but none bigger than the rebound that Billy Thompson blocked on the penalty kick. Very huge moment right there. And another on a missed clearance in stoppage time. Thompson had to come up huge again, but did not allow a rebound. You saw all the OC Blues players crowd around Billy Thompson after that, saying, thank you for saving us. We needed these 3 points.
And yeah, it just shows like how important this win here for the OC Blues. We do actually have a final out of Salt Lake City. Real Monarchs and Tulsa ended up tying 1-1. So huge as the Orange County Blues leapfrog over the Tulsa Roughnecks with 1 point above them, and still 2 games in hand for the last playoff spot. So huge moment here for the Blues. great for them, a great win. 6 saves here for Billy Thompson here today. And would you say that's kind of deserving of the man of the match here tonight?
You know, there's so many people deserving, but in order to preserve that victory, 3 saves in the final 3 minutes, it's got to go to Billy Thompson. I mean, it was Illich before, but Thompson, none other than that penalty save. Huge, huge home victory here for Orange County.
Yeah, Darby Brown right now going down and see if she can get interviews with both of those players. It would be interesting to hear from them, especially Billy in his first game back since losing that starting goalkeeper position to Pepe and Miranda. And I bet Pepe's over there giving him a lot of love down there also.
Oh, Pepe is going to be giving him a lot of love, maybe even taking him out to dinner after this one, as Miranda is most likely, because of that red card, out next week as well. So hopefully Thompson can build on this momentum and have a good showing in Arizona, as the Blues will have another tough road test, as they were not successful earlier this season at Peoria.
And the Blues, I guess that's one of their rivals. Also, the Arizona also trying to fight for that last playoff spot. It's going to be interesting to see how they play next week. The Blues originally Bretton Griffiths had that 2-game suspension. They're going to try to appeal that, see if they can get him back for one more, or for that game next week. So just a great victory for the Blues, and it all started off there with Nikola Illich. And now let's talk about him. He's a guy who hasn't played with a professional team prior to the Blues. He came right out of college, came to the open tryouts, which is an unbelievable story if you think about it, making a professional team. What did you see from him here tonight as opposed to the rest of the season?
Well, the Vanguard Lion having to come into action here tonight for the captain, Didier Crittenden, who has been limping around on the sideline. Definitely in the 25th minute came in, got some touches on the ball, but it was the 35th minute strike that really showed how well he's progressed this season, as he took that one-time volley from Chris Chino Santana at the back post. And as good as Perales has been tonight, you're not going to stop a world-class strike like that one.
Yeah, it was really a great finish by him. And it's hard to keep those down. You always seem to sky them and not make the opportunity, but he held his head high, did his thing, and put it and buried it. But let's talk about Austin here right now. They were looking good earlier in the game. They created some chances, just couldn't get that goal. We talked about how they scored the second least amount of goals in Western Conference. What did you see from Austin here tonight?
Austin did a good job of getting Tierpak the ball in dangerous positions, and then when they went up in the 74th minute with a man advantage, they really poured it on there, forcing Thompson to come up with huge saves. But that missed opportunity by Cuero on the penalty kick, you have to convert those. And not only did Thompson stop the initial shot, he stopped the rebound as well. So opportunity missed, and it kind of goes to what the Austin Aztex fans have been saying. This has just been the way the season has gone. Cannot put anything in the back of the net, and some changes need to be made. But I give Austin a lot of props here. They really looked to move that ball forward out of the back. They just needed to put that ball more on the OC Blues half, as they got caught too many times playing with it on their own side.
Yeah, it seems like they have a really good offense. I don't think that's the problem. They created the chances. Defensively, it looked a little bit shaky, but that might be just because they don't have a full squad, or they're on the road, and some players are missing due to some suspensions. And so, like I said earlier, that leapfrogs the Blues into 6th place. A great victory for them here tonight. Brings their overall record to 10-8-3, 10 wins on the season. Something that you kind of strive for, the double-digit wins, especially after a season like last year where there's disappointments in the squad. And so we're gonna push it down to Darby Brown, who has Billy Thompson, who made some great saves here tonight.
Darby Brown here alongside Billy Thompson. And Billy, great game. Congrats on the win. What was working for you tonight defensively?
I think what we talked about in the pregame locker room was whatever we did, do it together. So, we held, we were really played as one unit, across the whole back four, back six. Everyone, was, whether we were stepping, dropping off, we did it together. And I think that was really key because just staying patient in our shape together was really what, helped us.
And now you have a 3-game winning streak. What does that mean for your momentum as you head out on the road?
It's great. Things, as everyone knows in the West, things are real tight. It's like 5 points can top teams. So, it's good that, we're starting to peak at the right time of the year, and not only peak, just find ways to win. Like tonight, down a man with 20 minutes left or whatever, and just finding a way to grind it out. So, it might not be pretty wins, but 3 points is 3 points.
All right, thank you, Billy, and back to you, Justin and Brad.
Thank you, Darby. And it shows there for Billy. I mean, I'd be out of my skin making all those saves, but he was focused on the future. He said, that was a great win for us. We've got to keep moving forward.
Well, you could tell that 6'6" frame really taking up all of the goal right there to stop that penalty kick. Great effort. Wasn't a pretty win like Billy Thompson said, but 3 points are 3 points and currently puts them into the playoffs if the season were to end tonight. But there is still a month left of soccer to be played here, Justin. And for the OC Blues, playing against teams at the top of the Western Conference all the way through, it is not going to be easy.
Yeah, they have a couple games against Arizona United, Austin, a couple of non-playoff teams, Portland Timbers after that. But towards the end of the season, if you look at it, LA Galaxy 2 to start off September, Seattle Sounders 2 on the 11th, and to end the season, Sacramento Republic. So it's going to be a very tough end of the schedule for the Blues. They need to get these wins and actually some good results here tonight. Tulsa and Real Monarchs tied 1-1. Actually, Seattle Sounders 2, who are on top of the Western Conference, losing 2-0, and also Sacramento Republic losing to Colorado Springs 1-0. And so some good results if they stand. Keep up with USL, keep up with the Blues. It's going to be a very exciting end to the season, and that's going to be the end of tonight's broadcast. For Mark Serber, Brad Paul, I'm Justin Maestas, Darby Brown with the interviews down low as we thank you here tonight. We'll see you in a couple weeks, or next week, excuse me, against Portland Timbers 2, or actually at the end of the month, 2 weeks from now on August 29th against Portland Timbers 2. Next game for the Blues against Arizona United next week on the 15th. We hope to see you in a couple weeks. And so that's it here from Anteater Stadium, and we say goodbye.